How can something as beautiful as this be dying? A plague is ruining the land, but the tree of life still stands. Question is, for how long? End is coming to the new world. The tribes stand divided, in need of someone strong enough to unite them, or bring them all down. This is a story with an unusual beginning. Welcome to Biomutant. Encode your DNA. Define your genetic structure. Choose a genetic resilience. Choose your fur style. Pick your main color. Choose your detail color. Pick a class. Commando. Deadeye. Commando. Psy-Freak. Saboteur. Sentinel. Saboteur. Psy-Freak. Commando. Deadeye. Deadeye chosen. That'll work. Here's somebody with a past, drawn into the spotlight of a story that's already begun. We're already at a crossroads. Choosing a path in life is that fork in the road where you make a choice. But for you, it's not only a crossroad, but a choice. A reflection of your key, the primal energy that flows through everything.
Let me introduce myself. I'm the light and bright side of you, or your inner voice to be precise, an echo of balance and consequence of your actions as you move forward.
Seems more like you're being light-headed if you ask me, but you'll come around eventually.
But what comes around goes all the way back around. So, it's better to stick to your instincts. You can't fight what's in your nature.
In your nature? And here I was hoping we'd be all about natural selection, survival of the strongest, and so forth. If that's not instinct, then I don't know what is.
Natural selection is all about evolution and progress, and as soon as there's enough light, darkness will disappear.
Right is always right. Stories of death and the bodies left behind, a reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others. Do you remember the beast that shattered your family, or did you choose to forget? You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, the predator only grew stronger. Better make a run for it. This is not the time nor place to end this story. This time, it was best to run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes. The predator isn't the only threat. The wildlife started to mutate when the end of days began, and the tree of life started to die. Carving it up. The oil sludges everywhere. To most, it only means death, but some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways. An emergency box from the once was. A rare sight. That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy. Whoa! It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it. The morks produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress. Blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you. Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single ark they left behind. Just a few moves left. Make them count. There are few records of the Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and, without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door. It's coming from behind that door. There you go. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt. The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. That's the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives. You always find good use for things like that. He presents himself as out of date. He knows there have been the legend of the child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled. There's had it not been asks if you were tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the Sounds like he thinks she does, despite the Nono prefer to hide in glitter grass. He says you should get over there and ruffle it. See if you can make one come out of hiding. You found one. The Nono's key energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life. The small tree you saw up there where you met will eventually grow into a tree of life and start giving back to nature. It'll be the heart of the land. You'll need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow tall is with the burst of ki released from the Nono. You'll need a net to catch the Nono, and he wants you to use his, but... Now, from this, he says you'd better hurry back to the village. No, she's got lots on her mind and needs rest after the raid last night on the Lupin camp with her disciples. Wonders if they let the Predator family live or not. He lost you there for a while, but no memory is... He says he remembers the tree started to die. The genetic evolution that occurred. His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Nocco has tamed the midget and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast. Out of date. The road ahead won't be easy, but he wants you to understand. Regardless, you'll meet. You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb. Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters. A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Let's see. Must be the World Eater that chewed off Out of Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down. Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone made it out alive. He's heard the story. He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues, even if the Tree of Life's of... He doesn't know what you're... Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your actions you'll be judged, not by your intentions.
That's a spark of light in you!
What's What's there to like about light? It hurts to look at.
Not as much as it hurts to look at you.
Always making this personal.
And you're always trying to...
There's Out of Date again. He must have missed something important. Out of Date says you will make a better stand against the World Eaters with the support of a tribe. And the Myriad tribe is likely to be a good match as they act on the understanding of the greater good and have a code of honor. The Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same. The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction: to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way. Out of Date says someone needs to break the... He believes the tribe Sifus, Myriad especially, will listen to you and expects you to pay at least one of... Out of Date will be waiting for you beneath the Tree of Life if you lose track of what you need to do. Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be? It's unusual that natural tunnels like this still exist. Most of them got flooded. This area was beautiful before the tribe war began. Look at it now. It's a war zone. That's the Myriad Tribe's fortress. Will they be friends or foe? You should head up there. That way you'll know. It's a beaten path to that door. If you go there, you'd better make an entrance. Says they're wary of strangers. They're at... Says the Sifu decides who the Sifu wants to see, but is willing to let you give it a try.
Sibi? La fanen aginkanman. Geratna fal hutut mustugai la wude.
The Myriad tribe act on understanding of the greater good and a code of honor. They believe uniting the tribes is the only way to restore the peace. The Sifu is convinced that defeating the World Eaters and saving the Tree of Life is the only way to make the world a better place. He welcomes you to the Myriad Fort and introduces himself as the tribe's Sifu. But he was hoping you'd show up. The news of a vigilante Ronin on crusade crossing the Great Wall. He heard you. There's something. The Sifu says sometimes one memory can make an... There were six... Myriad wants unity between the tribes. Their goal is understanding of the greater good and establish... If you believe there's some good in everyone, there's still hope for tomorrow. You'll unite the tribes and defeat the World Eaters to save the... He was hoping you'd join them. You understand that there's no harm in doing good to others. The Sifu would... Their kin have run out of options and found themselves backed into a corner. Even those who desire peace have been forced to... He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen. You both have jet... Tells you... Once you've dealt with the... Seeing you... He remembered... Anyway, the... Let's see. Flex up. You move like the wind. Better beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the wonky ones especially, deformed and unfurred. Better beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the wonky ones especially, deformed and unfurred. Time is lost on this place, but it evokes a tingling sensation. There's something special about it, drawing you closer. Let's see. As time passes, memories fade, and sometimes feelings change. It's not about who you were, it's about who you'll become. This story is far from over. Echoes of a long-lost past, like whispers in the wind. He wonders where you've been. He hopes you've been out at the lake, practicing your swimming technique. He understands. He thinks you should really know how to swim by now. He says that wasn't too bad, was it? Wait. Judging by your Mooma's look, it seems you forgot something. You promised you'd train with her before the sun goes down. It's time to go. The dedication to She'll see you at the village square. She says that. Here's another familiar face with lots on his mind. He was hoping you could help him pick up some... Heath... He wonders what usefulness you found. He can work wonders with almost anything. He says only a few. He... You did well, but he can't help but wonder. It looks like she's starting to lose her patience. You know she doesn't like waiting for you. She wants to... Then you've got to... She wants you to grow up and start... That's all she's... You've... They look determined. Better watch out.
Dio Diorima sinsti binea up.
He asks you to stop right there and wonders.
Diorima sinsti binea up.
He says that it's not too late for you to turn.
Lenefu.
There's no way they'll let you pass.
Nakisisana basurangu in indigori aboritare.
He wants to know who you think you are.
Nakisisana basurangu in indigori aboritare.
Silnatu.
She asks
Andro?
if confident.
Andro?
The most
Gendrana mala.
Here's someone close to heart, doing what he does best.
Papa Zulu.
He asks if you could help him too before you leave for training.
Over bug ad.
He'll leave the quick part to you. You're the
Musta kamalano kondonas. Dana untiza fela kaku shaku ha. Ziehen
the stuff.
kaku.
He's looking.
Tateko baba sakting.
Your Muma says it's about time you got here.
Ben nampusa.
Hopes you're as ready as you.
Sadurutu.
She says she is eager.
Kanoruta.
Your Muma says you did well today. She's so
Inadobsunka.
thanks you for being.
Beri.
Been working on a.
Inadobsunka.
You should go. Catchy.
Inadobsunka.
Your Muma says she's
Monidasa.
a piece of.
Amun.
It's called an automaton, and it's hardwired to your DNA. It'll follow wherever you.
Monidasa.
You're lucky to have some.
Gendrana mala.
Your Muma says you look tired.
Bendrine senema.
She's. Rest, and you'll find strength for tomorrow. Nothing could stop Lupa Lupin from setting the world on fire.
Antoro. Kensi. Kamanu.
Your Muma urges you to blaze a trail. A burnt kidling will learn to dread fire. That's just adding fuel to the flames. Give it a last burst and you'll make it.
Kialdo male kanor gendrana mala.
Here it comes. The past coming to haunt the present. You must go through fire and water to make it out of here. Your Muma says you can make it if you believe in it. Where she goes, you go. Blood is thicker than water. You're in deep surf. Don't make waves. The surf goes where it wants to go. It'll take you to the shore as long as you go with the flow. Death is not to be feared by one who has lived life with a pure heart. A part of her will live on in you. The creature is hungry for more. Nothing is going to stand in its way now. If a sacrifice is made for someone else, it's not lost, but passed on to the next. Life must go on. Real sacrifice comes from love and necessity, when all other options are exhausted. The ultimate test of conscience is the willingness to give up anything to save what you truly care about. What you do for yourself dies with you. What you do for your kin remains and makes you immortal in their memory. As the moment fades and is lost, the only thing that remains is loneliness. It doesn't mean you'll forget your past. It simply means you need to move on. The tribe's caught a fluffy hog. Better watch out, it's no pet. They've a group. You should hurry there and help them best. Not really. It's... Look, an emergency box. Wow, bet that nut makes a tight fist. Tunnels like this still carry echoes from the past. Can you hear it? Wow! That's going to leave a mark. Nothing beats the darkness. Nice topper. That ain't bad. This corner of the world is called Bricktown. That notice board, filled with the leftovers of used-to-be wants. You're getting close to one of those old Toxanol brick towns. The Toxanol Corporation. Toxanol never cared about the waste, as long as they didn't have to pay to clean. There must be a... Seems like the tighteners on the piping need to be unturned correctly to drain the flush stool. That's the kind of trouble you really want to wash away. Someone has to end this plague before it's too late. A teeth shatterer. You found the whereabouts, the deepest, darkest forest in the land, sometimes hard to see for all the trees. darkness covers the world like a blanket. Slammer. Lava marked. That's a Jagni tribe outpost.